Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so now we will continue, okay, another topic, another subtopic in chapter 3, okay. This is all about gaps. Okay, so we will get to know what is gaps is all about. Okay, so gaps, okay. So from the term itself, okay, gaps are the situation where price charts have a blank spaces. Okay, you tengok kat sini ada spaces, ada space, right? Space. Okay, so this gap represent times where no shares are traded within a particular price range. Okay, so in gaps we have two primary categories. Okay, we have up gaps ataupun gaps down, gaps up, sorry, and down gaps or gaps down. Okay, so alright. In this illustration, you can see that we have common gap, breakaway gap, continuation gap, or exhaustion gap, down gap, up gap. Okay, so this one illustrate what are the gaps appeared in a chart. Alright, so we look at gaps up or up gaps. Okay. Gaps up means that low price after the market close must be higher than the previous day high price. Okay, we look at where is it? This one, up, gap up. This one, gap up. Okay, so down gap, higher price. Okay, this one, okay, higher price after the market close must be higher than the previous day high price. Okay, so we take an example. Okay, for example, the previous closing price. Okay, example the tomorrow yesterday's price. Okay, so we call it as previous closing price. Okay, example, the previous closing price is 2 ringgit. Okay, so the next day market will open at 2 ringgit and 50 cent. So you can see that there is a 50 cent gap here. Okay, so we call it as a gap up. Okay, so meaning to say that the market is open with a gap up. Okay, why? Because the market is open higher than the previous close, which is 2 ringgit and 50 cent. Okay, just now I mentioned to you the previous closing price is 2 ringgit. Okay. Alright, so for the trading day, and then the price is closing. For example, the price is closed at 3 ringgit, for example. Okay, so we can confirm that there is a gap up. Okay, so meaning to say that if the lowest price of the market of the trading day is higher than the previous closing price, okay, so we call it as gap up. Okay. For gap down, okay, the highest price of the market after the market close price must be lower than the previous day low price. This one. Okay, so kita panggil dia sebagai gap down. Okay. Alright, so the reason of the existing of gap up, okay, due to many or certain what we call certain circumstances. Okay, for example, maybe there is company's announcement, maybe there is what we call financial performance announcement about the company, or maybe there is a positive result from the companies. Okay, so it may appear the gap up in the chart. Okay. So what happen if the companies are, for example, if the companies make an announcement? Okay, so in this case, the investor hope that they want to buy the stock because they assume, or they maybe heard about the company's announcement. The company's announcement means that positive announcement lah, right? So when the investor is hoping that the price is going up, okay, so it will give or what we call, it will push up the price into higher price than the previous closing price. Okay, so that it occurs the gap up in the chart. Okay, and for gap down, it is reverse situation happen from gap up. Okay, all right, so now we go to types of gaps. Okay, so we have 4 types of gap. The first one is common gaps, and then breakaway gaps, okay, runaway gaps, and exhaustion gaps. Okay, we have 4 types of gap. Okay, we go one by one. Okay, the first one is common gap. Okay, common gap, also referred as trading gap or an area gap. Okay, so this gap happen normally with no related to any event. Tak ada sebab pun dia tiba-tiba ada gap. Okay, ataupun kita katakan sebagai maybe there is a news, but maybe it is not really give big impact to the stock price. Okay, so it's normally appear in a trading range or congestion area. Okay, normally it's come with low trading volumes. Okay, so as you can see from this graph, okay, we can see here that we have common gap. Okay, macam mana kita nak confirmkan dia adalah common gap? We will look at the volume. You must confirm with volume. Okay, so if the trading volume is what we call very low, okay, and the gap appears, means that there is we call it as common gap, and you can confirm that the company did not give any positive news, okay, during the day, during the maybe for the upcoming event, or maybe the news is just not really influence the price of the stock price. Okay, so you must confirm with the volume also. Okay, as compared to the stock that have a very big trading volume, okay, and also the companies announce something, some news, okay, that may give impact to the stock. So that is also gap, but we call it as another gap. Okay. All right. So this is an example of common gaps. Okay. So as you can see here, we have identified 2 common gaps here appear in this chart. Okay, this one and also this one. So you must confirm with the volume itself at the bottom of the chart. Okay. Alright, so now we go to breakaway gaps. Okay, so breakaway gaps, okay, normally occurs when the price is breaking out of a trading range or congesting area. Breaking out, so you may also confirm with these breakaway gaps by looking at the volume. Okay, looking at this volume, okay, it said that the volume will pick up significantly. Okay, so kat sini you boleh tengok this one is downtrend, and then the price hold ataupun making in sideways, okay, in this support line, and then later it go down. Okay, kita panggilkan dia sebagai breakaway gap kat sini, ataupun kat sini kita panggil down gap lah. Okay, so kat sini dia berlaku adalah breakaway gap. Okay, by looking also at the volume, which is kat sini volume increase significantly. Okay, it can happen during bullish or bearish period. Okay, so during bullish, normally it happen when the price break out the resistance line after some period of congestion time. Maksudnya dia berada di atas kat sini. Okay, dia berada di atas kat sini. Alah, hai, cantik pula tak lurus. Okay, so bila dia bullish, maknanya price tu dia kat sini, dia berada di resistance line, dan dia trying to increase. Okay, so bila ada breakout kat sini, itu dinamakan sebagai breakout. Bila dia ada gap kat sini, itu dipanggil sebagai breakaway. Okay, so while during bearish, the price break the support line. Okay, so the point of breakout become new support if upside breakout, and new resistance if downside breakout. Okay, so a signal of new trend will begin, but it may take some time for the strong volume. So dia akan berlaku lagi signal kat sini, tapi dia kena tengok pada volume kat sini lah, sebab volume kat sini dah ramai seller masuk kat sini, buyer and seller kat sini. Okay, jadi volume tu nak stablekan balik, it may take some time. Okay. Okay, so it is good if the formation of gaps is supported with a chart pattern. Jadi kalau ada chart pattern, okay, lagi bagus, so that it will give a strong formation. Okay, if the pattern appear and breakout gap happen, okay, it is a positive signal of the direction. Jadi bila ada pattern dan bila adanya breakaway gap ni, jadi itu adalah satu signal yang bagus lah, sama ada dia akan menaik ataupun dia menurun. Kat sini dia ascending triangle kan, so dia naik lah. Okay. Okay, so this is another example of breakaway gap. Okay, so you can see here, okay, this gap appears here, and then you will confirm with volume. Okay, so kat sini volume dia spike, jadi this one adalah breakaway. Alright, ini pun ada gap kat sini, nampak tak? Ni volume pun meninggi, jadi samalah ni. Okay, alright. Okay, now we go to runaway gaps. Runaway, nama dia run kan, run, berlari. Maksudnya apa? Dia ada kaitan lah tu dengan dia punya illustration dia. Okay, runaway gaps are best described as gaps caused by increased interest in the stock. Okay, tanda kat sikit sini. Alright. Okay, so runaway gaps to the upside typically represent traders who did not get in during the initial move of the uptrend, and while waiting for a retracement in price, decided it was not going to happen. Okay, increased buying interest happens all of a sudden, and the price gaps above the previous day's close. Okay, this type of runaway gap represents a near panic state in traders. That's why nama dia runaway. Okay. A good uptrend can have runaway gaps caused by significant news events that cause new interest in the stock. Jadi dia boleh juga ada kaitan dengan news events within the companies. Okay, so it may create interest. Okay, interest among investors towards the stock. Okay. Runaway gaps can also happen in downtrends. Okay, this usually represents increased liquidation of the stock by traders and buyers who are standing on the sidelines. Okay, this can become very serious as those who are holding onto the stock will eventually panic and sell. Okay, itu antara dia punya situasi yang berlaku kat sini. So the price has to continue to drop and gap down to find buyers. So this is not a good situation. Ini untuk case downtrend. The term measuring gap is also used for runaway gaps. So another name for runaway gaps is measuring gap. Okay. The theory is that the measuring gap will occur in the middle of or halfway through the move. Jadi antara dua lah, the middle or halfway. Okay. Alright, so ni antara contoh. This is example of runaway gap kat sini. Okay, dan kita boleh confirmkan juga dengan volume. Jadi bila terlalu ramai, banyak ni yang masuk ni, it may create panic. Okay, so dia akan berlakulah runaway gap. So ini adalah gap up kan. Okay, so kat sini kita boleh tengok juga. Jadi kita boleh tengok dia punya peningkatan harga tu, dia punya range tu sangat tinggi kat sini. Okay. Alright, so ni antara lain contoh dia. A runaway gap occurs near the middle of an identified trend and is used to signal an increase in the trend's intensity. Tadi saya beritahu kan ada middle and maybe also halfway. Ni antara contoh. Okay. Kita ada sini breakaway, kita ada runaway. Okay. 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 Tadi saya beritahu breakaway kat sini kan. Kita tengok kat sini spike volume. Dia boleh jadi juga kat sini breakaway, tapi kat sini dia more to runaway lah. Sebab kat sini dia nampak tak? Dia terlalu tinggi spike volume. Jadi might something happen lah. Okay, maybe due to events on the companies. Okay. That might create interest ataupun panic among investors. Okay. And lastly is exhaustion gaps. Exhaustion gaps are those that happen near the end of a good up or downtrend. Okay. They are often the first signal of the end of that move. Okay, they are identified by high volume and a large price difference between the previous day's close and the new opening price. Jadi, kita tengok dekat volume. Okay, volume kat sini. Kemudian kita boleh tengok perbezaan dia, difference dia sangat tinggi. Okay, jadi kita boleh katakan dia sebagai exhaustion gap. They can easily be mistaken for runaway gaps. Dia boleh juga jadi kita boleh get confused lah antara exhaustion dengan gap. If the one does not notice the exceptionally high volume. Jadi kita kena tengok ciri-ciri yang lain lah. Sebab sometimes kita boleh katakan dia sebagai runaway. But to be exact that this is the exhaustion gap. Jadi you boleh tengok pertama dekat volume, and then you boleh tengok dia punya price difference here, and then you boleh tengok kat mana dia berlaku. Okay, so tadi kalau untuk runaway dia berlaku sebenarnya in the middle or halfway. So maybe dia perlu berlaku di sini lah. Okay, tapi ini adalah di penghujung, at the end. Jadi kalau dia berlaku di hujung-hujung ni, kita katakan dia sebagai exhaustion. Exhaust. You ingat exhaust. So, exhaust kan mestilah di belakang kan, di hujung. Mengeluarkan. Exhaust kereta tu dia adalah satu tempat yang mengeluarkan bahan. Itu perumpamaan sajalah. Alright. Ni contoh dia. Differences between runaway dengan exhaustion. Kita ada breakaway kat sini. Ni antara lagi contoh. This one, island reversal ni, dia tidak ada lah dalam you punya syllabus. Tapi dalam buku teks ada. Tapi saya just tunjuk sajalah another gap yang berlaku. Tapi kita panggil sebagai island reversal. Maybe dia ada akan juga you jumpa dalam you punya graph. But it's up to you. If you want to identify, it's okay. But if you don't want to identify, it's never go wrong. Ni contoh island. Nampak tak? Apa maksud island? Island pulau kan? Dia berkumpul kat sini. Bila ada satu gap berlaku dan dia berkumpul kat sini, dan another gap berlaku, jadi dia membentuk satu island. So ini sajalah sebenarnya nak tunjuk. Kemudian dia bergerak, and then ada satu gap berlaku di sini, dan dia membentuk satu pulau di sini, dan gap lagi berlaku kat sini. So this one is another island pattern. Jadi kalau kita tengok island pattern ni, pattern dia sama je lah, dia tidak ada pergerakan yang tinggi dan terlalu ketara. So this one adalah island. So the island is a strong reversal pattern because it leaves many traders trapped in trades at poor prices, which is the island. When the price gaps the other way, they are forced to get their trades, filling the trend in other direction. So the island is often not tested again for some time because a new trend unfolds in the reversal direction. Itu dia situasi yang berlaku dalam island reversal. So that's all for gaps. Next, our last subtopic, kita akan tengok sedikit berkenaan dengan price bar pattern. So thank you.